Hello everyone, welcome to video 6 in my Apollo Moonhoax series. Today I'm going to respond to some comments that were made in video 5. So for those of you that haven't seen video 5, please view that video first and then come back to video 6. Anyway, in that video I talked about the Saturn V and the F1 engines and the minimal testing of both the Saturn V and F1 engines in the actual conditions of flight. And it was pointed out that the first launch of the space shuttle, which wasn't exactly tested in the actual conditions of space flight, they did test it within Earth's atmosphere as a glider, and that seemed to work really well. But they actually didn't test it in the actual conditions of space flight. And it was launched with the first crew. So the first launch of the space shuttle with the first crew, which is true and is disturbing. You would think that NASA would have sent up an automated mission before they would certify it for a crew, which is what the Soviets used to do with their new manned space vehicles. They would send them up at least twice, automated flights twice, before they would certify it for astronauts. So it is true, but it's also disturbing that NASA would take a chance like that. However, there are some subtle differences between the F1 engines and the minimal testing in actual flight conditions compared to the space shuttle. In the space shuttle, the space shuttle used 2 solid fuel boosters to assist in its launch. Now, there was a problem with the combustion stability of these solid fuel boosters, but that was solved back in 1951 by a brilliant rocket scientist by the name of Jack Parsons. And so from 30 years on, up to the first launch of the space shuttle, the solid fuel boosters had a pretty good record of reliability. Now, the space shuttle main engines also had a history going back to the 1960s. So they had about 15 years to perfect those engines as well. And both the solid fuel boosters and the space shuttle main engines went through a lot of testing, a lot of static testing in the 1970s, leading up, of course, to the first launch of the space shuttle. But you have to admit that it would be disturbing, it is disturbing that NASA would have taken a chance of sending up the first space shuttle with a crew instead of testing in actual space conditions before certifying it for astronauts. So, but again, you know, we're talking about NASA's history of hit and miss. Now, in this particular instance, it seemed to have worked. In the space shuttle, they had 20 years with the space shuttle before it retired, and before they retired the space shuttle in 2011. And of course, now it seems that NASA's out of the launching their own manned space capability to low Earth orbit. So they keep saying they're going to get to it, but they keep pushing the date back. So, well, we'll see about that. Anyway, I'm going to be talking more about this. It's going to be an ongoing theme in this video series, and I may write about it as well. So I'll probably have more information about this in future videos. I would like to respond to a couple of emails that I've gotten about book 2, asking me when that's going to be published. And right now, book 2 is going pretty good. It's about half done, and I'm hoping to have it published by the summer of 2020. It may be out sooner, depending on how the editing and proofreading goes, but it's going to be very comprehensive. And actually, I'm going to be talking, I've written a whole chapter on Jack Parsons, the brilliant rocket scientist I mentioned, and he is a fascinating character in all of this, and I think you will really enjoy learning more about this interesting character. He was certainly brilliant and not your stereotypical rocket scientist, so I hope you look forward to that. And I'm also going to be doing a more comprehensive look. I'm taking a more comprehensive look at the Apollo program from 1961 up to 1969. And of course, I will be writing a detailed analysis of the alleged Apollo 11 moon landing. So I hope you look forward to that. And I'll keep you updated in the next couple of months on how the book is going. And speaking of book 2, first of all, I'd just like to announce that I've signed up with a publisher. The publisher's name is Writers Republic, and they've now published the book. They've republished the book, actually.